Yes. Let us now move to the next sub-item 8B. That is examination of nominations for inscription on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The Secretariat has informed me that Yemen, Armenia, Cameroon, Ethiopia, and Jamaica withdraw their file. So they are no longer for us to examine. This means that 43 nominations remain to be examined under this item, 43. So before starting the examination of the nominations, it is important that we remember the criteria that must guide our decisions today for the nominations for possible inscriptions on the representative list. Can you see them on the screen, please? Yeah, it's on the screen now. So I will not read them out, but let me point out again that the submitting state party is requested to demonstrate that the nominated elements satisfied all of these criteria. So they must be ready now. They should be ready. Yes, you can see on the screen from 1 to 5. So I will not read that. Yes. Yes. Now let us now move to the examination of the individual files. So I will... I think I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. So the evaluation next body is 8.B.14. Falconry, a living human heritage. That's the one.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, the rapporteur is Mr. Nigel. Yes, he will present it, okay? Yes, over to you, Mr. Nigel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next file is a multinational nomination, Falconry, a living human heritage, submitted by the United Arab Emirates, Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Czechia, France, Germany, Hungary, Ireland, Italy, Kazakhstan, Republic of Korea, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia, Morocco, Netherlands, Pakistan, Poland, Portugal, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Slovakia, Spain, and Syrian Arab Republic. This nomination is for inscription on an extended basis for the third time to now include 6 states, namely Croatia, Ireland, Kyrgyzstan, Netherlands, Poland, and Slovakia. Falconry is the traditional art and practice of training and flying falcons, and sometimes eagles, hawks, buzzards, and other birds of prey. Originally a means of obtaining food, falconry has acquired other values over time and has been integrated into communities as a social and recreational practice and as a way of connecting with nature. The evaluation body considers that the nomination meets all 5 criteria, and in particular appreciated the preparation of a file, which is a good example of international cooperation of the state parties, as well as communities, groups, and individuals concerned. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of this element on the representative list.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this detailed explanation of the different issues raised during the evaluation of this file. Now I go to option 1 without Debate. The Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. May I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. Yes, I think I see no objection. I therefore declare decision 16.com 8.b adopted as seen on the screen. Also, I think one describing the element for all the countries mentioned earlier, 3.3. Then a second, focusing on bearers from countries joining the nomination, thanking UNESCO. Yeah. I think Croatia is asking for the floor. Open to you, Croatia. And stick to 1 minute, please.
On the behalf of the Croatia and the Ministry of Culture, Republic of Croatia, I would like to express gratitude of the nomination of falconry. This event for us, all of us, means joining to the effort of the international community in safeguarding of the unique intangible cultural heritage element. Although Croatia is already a member of International Association for Falconry and Conservation of Birds of Prey, it's a great privilege and responsibility to be able to expand our cooperation and develop the safeguarding measures which could help in securing the future of falconry heritage and enhancing cultural dialogue among various cultures where element is present. With warm regards to all of the participants of this ICH UNESCO meeting, we wish you fruitful work and safe and successful movement forward. Thank you very much.
Yes, I think now, yes, I think, yes, Syria is on the floor. Please, Syria, over to you. Take 1 minute, please.
Oui. Merci, Monsieur le Président. À notre tour, nous félicitons au nom de la République arabe syrienne de l'inscription renouvelée donc, de cet élément, la fauconnerie, un patrimoine humain vivant, et nous soutenons donc l'esprit de la coopération internationale qui régit l'évolution de cet élément à travers son inscription unanime et universelle à travers le monde. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Yeah, I think there's a video. Please move forward that and play the video.
Falconry has trained birds of prey since the dawn of time. Practiced with dedication in every region of the world where natural conditions allow, falconry has been passed on from generation to generation over the millennia. We don't know what prompted our ancestors to train a bird of prey. Was it to catch food, or was it the fascination of establishing such a close and intimate link with the top predator? These ancient skills are not easily learned. They require hands-on teaching, years of practice, and a good tutor. In Middle East culture, you only have to look at the importance of falconry to ruling families to appreciate how important it is to Arab society. All falconry communities have introduced measures to safeguard their falconry heritage. Held annually, the Abu Dhabi International Hunting and Equestrian Exhibition highlights falconry as one of the activities that dominates its life in the region. In the Netherlands and some other European countries, falconers fly birds that are specially bred in order to protect the nests of wild birds of prey. Falconry is also learned through mentoring, in family groups or in clubs. It requires years of practice to know how to handle and fly the bird. Falconers are also concerned to protect the natural environment and variety of habitats in which they fly their birds. Many communities organize national and international field meetings to share their experiences and celebrate the diversity of falconry practice. Falconers are often involved in raising awareness of their heritage through displaying falcons in schools and community events.
Hvala vam za stavljanje hrvatskog sokolarstva na UNESCO-vu reprezentativnu listu nematerijalne svjetske kulturne baštine čovečanstva. Dobro sokolarenje.
Gorov ma agat as falcónach na hÉireann a chóir le liste ionadaíoch UNESCO de iireacht cultúrtha déine dul sé an cinenne déine.
Kırgız münüşkörçülüğün UNESCO'nun adamzattın beyzattık madani muraslarının reprezentatiflik tizmesine koşkanımız için rahatsızlık bildireriz. Münüşkörlörgө ısık salam aytam.
Hartelijk dank voor het inschrijven van de Nederlandse valkerij op de representatieve lijst van immaterieel cultureel erfgoed van de mensheid.
Dziękujemy za dodanie polskiego sokolnictwa na reprezentatywną listę niematerialnego dziedzictwa kulturowego UNESCO. Chwaľčvík.
Ďakujeme za zaradenie slovenského sokoliarstva na svetový zoznam nehmotného kultúrneho dedičstva UNESCO. Sokoliarstvu zdar!
We falconers of the world are happy that another 6 nations joined the inscription Falconer a Living Heritage. That is our proud to represent 24 falconers nations of many cultures united by one passion. Thank you.
Yes, we saw that falconry, a living human heritage. Beautiful. Now, I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. That is Arabic calligraphy, knowledge, skills, and practices. And presented by submitting state Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Bahrain, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Mauritania, Morocco, Oman, Palestine, Sudan, Tunisia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Altogether, submitted states, Arabic calligraphy. So I invite the delegation or yes, okay, she's there. Yeah, I didn't see you. Okay, over to you, Luba. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Arabic calligraphy is the artistic practice of handwriting Arabic script fluidly to convey harmony, grace, and beauty. The element serves as a symbol of Arab Muslim identity and for transmitting religious culture and values, and thus has an educational function. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The file demonstrates the support of each state party to the safeguarding of the element. Similarly, the communities and individuals concerned are involved in a continuous collective effort. The file represents a good example of international cooperation in line with the spirit of the Convention 2003. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of the Arabic calligraphy, knowledge, skills and practices on the representative list. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Luba. And the Bureau did not receive any request for debates or amendment for this file. May I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. Yes, I think I see no objection, so I very happily I want to adopt that. I adopt it. Yes. And now I would like to invite Saudi Arabia for her to give her comments and explanation. Please, over to you, Saudi Arabia.
Thank you. Thank you very much. On behalf of Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Bahrain, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Mauritania, Morocco, Oman, Palestine, Sudan, Tunisia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen, we are extremely delighted for the inscription of Arabic calligraphy, knowledge, skills, and practices on the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to the committee and the evaluation body for their support and for their endorsement of the file as, quote unquote, an excellent example of cooperation among several countries in the preparation of a nomination file. Arabic calligraphy is a symbol of Arab identity, and this nomination multinational collaboration between Arab states that was led by Saudi Arabia is a great testimony to the regional sense of responsibility for the safeguarding of Arabic calligraphy through multiple initiatives, one of which the Year of Arabic Calligraphy, an initiative that increases awareness for Arabic calligraphy and supports the element's practitioners through various programs. Arabic calligraphy has contributed and still does to the transmission of cultures and Islamic texts throughout history, and this international recognition brings a sense of pride to its practitioners and will encourage the continuous transmission of this practice even further. Looking ahead, we are committed to realize the potential of our Arabic shared heritage, and the Arabic calligraphy is a great starting point for more elements to come. Finally, we would like to take this opportunity to welcome other states parties to join this marvelous file in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Saudi Arabia. It's a great, great thing. We are also very, very happy. And therefore, I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. Yes. I think now the next item is from Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Nordic clinker board traditions. Over to you, Luba.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next file is the multinational nomination Nordic clinker board traditions, submitted by Denmark, including the Faroe Islands, Finland, including Åland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. Nordic clinker boats are small, open wooden boats using thin planks fastened in an overlapping manner to the backbone of the keel and stems using metal rivets, tree nails, and rope. They were traditionally used for fishing and to transport materials and people. Nowadays, they are primarily used in traditional festivities, regattas, and sporting events. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria and highly appreciated collaboration in the preparation of the file that serves as a good example of a multinational nomination for an element of living heritage that is practiced widely across society, including among indigenous people and minority groups. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Nordic clinker board traditions on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Luba. Now I will give the, the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendments for the file. So therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screen as a whole. This one. Yes, I think I see no objection. So I therefore declare decision 16.com 8.b adopted as seen on the screens. I think there is a video for that. Let us, from the Ambassador of Norway, on behalf of the Nordic states parties, please, over to you.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of Denmark, including the Faroe Islands, Finland, including Åland, Iceland, Sweden, and Norway, I would like to thank the committee for inscribing the Nordic Linkerboat tradition on the list. I would also like to express our gratitude to the evaluation body for recommending the inscription. The Nordic region has a long maritime tradition. It is a region surrounded by the sea, by coastlines, with lakes and rivers. The sea, lakes, and rivers have provided the livelihoods of generations, and almost since time immemorial, people in the Nordic region have used clinker boats. The boats have been used for fishing, for work, transport, festivities, and leisure. And this tradition continues today. The present multinational nomination, coordinated by Norway, encompasses the whole Nordic region, including the Sami indigenous people and other national minorities. It is the result of strong commitment of the communities and tradition bearers, who over many years have worked tirelessly to disseminate and transmit the traditions. I would like to express my gratitude to the communities and the tradition bearers for their dedication and commitment. Working on the nomination has led to a deeper appreciation of the complexities of the traditions for all parties concerned. In the spirit of the convention, Mr. Chair, I would ask your permission to show a video greeting from a representative of the tradition bearers. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Asgeir Svendsen. I'm a president in Forbundet Kysten, the Norwegian Federation for the Use and Preservation of Historical Vessels, Culture and Maritime Heritage, who took the initiative 7 years ago for this nomination and has since led this joint Nordic work on an NGO level. Thank you, Mr. Chair. On behalf of the tradition bearers and communities involved in the submitting states, Denmark, Faroe Islands, Finland, Åland, Iceland, Sweden and Norway, I would like to thank the committee and evaluation body for inscribing the Nordic clinkerboat traditions on the list. For us, this inscription is invaluable. It's an important part of the work to carry on the Nordic clinkerboat traditions. These boats have been vital tools for people in the Nordic region for more than 2,000 years. With them we have transported animals, equipment, food, medicine and each other. They have brought the Nordic region out into the world and the world back to the Nordic region. These boat building traditions are still practiced and represent living maritime heritage in the Nordic region. The fact that clinkerboat tradition now is inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity is not only a tribute to those who have built and are building the boats, but also a tribute to the Nordic maritime history. We are grateful that UNESCO prioritizes and values intangible cultural heritage so that we can teach each other about ourselves and continue to learn about others. Our hope is that with this inscription we can make further contact with other communities and tradition bearers who work with the safeguarding the knowledge related to small traditional boats and coastal culture in other parts of the world. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. And now I would like to welcome the Director General of UNESCO, Ms. Audrey Azoulay. So give a round of applause to her for her great work. Yeah, yes, thank you very much, madam. You are welcome here, yes. And now let me go to 8B8. That is Congress Rumba by Democratic Republic of the Congo and Congo. And here there will be a video played after inscription. So now I invite Luba over to you, Luba, yes, for your explanation, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next file is the multinational nomination, Congolese rumba, submitted by the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Congo. Congolese rumba is a musical genre and dance that is a multicultural form of expression used for celebration and mourning in private, public, and religious spaces. It is performed by professional and amateur orchestras, choirs, dancers, and individual musicians, while women have played a predominant role in developing religious and romantic styles. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria and particularly appreciated a well-prepared file, which demonstrates the solidarity and collaboration of the states parties. The cross-border nature of the element will contribute to increased dialogue while strengthening diversity and human creativity, also reflected in the proposed safeguarding measures. These were prepared with the participation of practitioners in both countries. Free, prior, and informed consent was well established in this file. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Congolese rumba on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. May I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screen as a whole? Yes, I think I see no objection. I therefore declare decision 16.com 8.b adopted as seen on the screens. Yeah. Now, let us see the video. Watch the video. Please go ahead with the video now.
L'inscription de la rumba congolaise sur la liste représentative des patrimoines culturels immatériels de l'humanité est un événement majeur dans l'histoire de la culture et des arts des deux Congos. Cet honneur réjaillit sur tous les professionnels de la culture congolaise à travers le monde, ainsi qu'à tous les artistes. Pour nous, l'essentiel commence ici en termes de politiques culturelles novatrices et de promotion des industries culturelles et créatives. Nos remerciements s'adressent aux experts de deux Congos, mais aussi aux responsables et membres du bureau de l'UNESCO en Afrique centrale, avec une mention spéciale à Madame la directrice générale de l'UNESCO et à tous les organes techniques pour leur accompagnement professionnel et efficace.
Le gouvernement de la République du Congo adresse ses compliments à l'endroit de la communauté internationale, notamment à la représentation africaine à l'UNESCO, au secrétariat de la Convention 2003, à l'organe d'évaluation et à la directrice générale de l'UNESCO pour l'inscription sur la liste représentative du patrimoine culturel immatériel de l'humanité de la rumba congolaise, genre musical et cocktail des danses populaires, né sur les deux rives du fleuve Congo, dans les villes siamoises de Léopoldville, actuelle Kinshasa et de Brazzaville.
Bye.
Yeah, I think congratulations for that, and give a round of applause to that. Yes. Yes. I think next submitting nomination is Grand Festival of Tarija. I'm submitting state of Bolivia. Therefore, I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. So over to you, Luba. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Grand Festival of Tarija takes place in the city of Tarija in the southeast of Bolivia. Celebrated every year in August and September, it involves devotional processions, music festivals, competitions, and fireworks dedicated to Saint Roch. In addition to its religious aspects, it is an important marker of the annual agricultural production cycle, as it signals the end of the dry season in winter and the beginning of the production period. The festival is characterized by regional crafts, traditional dishes, and the absence of alcoholic drinks. After initiating a dialogue process on criteria R3, R4, and R5, the evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. It appreciated the broadest possible participation in the nomination process and the role played by the concerned stakeholders since 2016, including local and central government, the church, bearers and practitioners at every level. The element promotes mutual respect among communities and is compatible with sustainable development. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of the Grand Festival of Tarija on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Luba. Thank you. And the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. May I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screen as a whole. Yes, I see no objections. Therefore, I declare decision 16.com 8.b adopted as seen on the screens. Yes, I think Mrs. Sabina Orellana Cruz, the Minister of Cultures, the floor is open to you.
Gracias, hermano. Buenas tardes, distinguido secretario general y a todos los presentes en la 16ª reunión del Comité Intergubernamental. Es grato para el Estado Plurinacional de Bolivia celebrar la inscripción a la UNESCO de la Fiesta Grande de Tarija, San Roque, que permitirá fortalecer las prácticas y creencias ancestrales en el marco de la unidad de nuestros pueblos. A nombre del hermano presidente Luis Alberto Arce Catacora, a nombre de todas las bolivianas y bolivianos, en especial del pueblo de Tarija, agradezco este reconocimiento de la fiesta de San Roque para nuestra integración en los países del mundo, ¿por qué no en Bolivia? Muchísimas gracias a nombre de Bolivia.
A very good afternoon, distinguished General Secretary and all the authorities over there in Paris. To those all present at the 60th meeting of the Intergovernmental Committee, it is a real pleasure for the plurinational state of Bolivia to celebrate the registration to the UNESCO of the Grand Festival of Tarija, San Roque, which allows to strengthen all the ancestral practices and beliefs within the framework of the unity of our people. On behalf of our president, Mr. Luis Arce Catacora, on behalf of Bolivia, especially from the people of Tarija, I thank very deeply this recognition of San Roque Festival that will help our own integration with all the countries of the world. That was the words of our minister.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have a video. We'll watch that also.
The fate of San Roque. La fiesta es un venir, una comunión de las diferencias que vivimos durante el año.
The Grand Festival of Tarija. Faith, Tradition and Culture.
Tiene que ver con la fama del milagroso, ¿ya? Y con las promesas que se generan a través de esto. Que la gente venga año tras año con fe, con devoción y con cariño a San Roque a hacerlo hoy.
Tarija inspires Bolivia and the world the faith of national integration.
Lo primero es mantener nuestra cultura, nuestra tradición sobre todo, y que nunca perdamos la fe, ¿no?
Bolivia postulates the Grand Festival of Tarija as intangible cultural heritage of humanity.
Yes, I think, thank you very much. It was a very nice video we watched now. Now next item, 8.B47, coming from Venezuela. And the nomination is festive cycle around the devotion and worship towards St. John the Baptist. So I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. Over to you, Luba.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The element concerns a festive cycle of celebration and commemoration associated with St. John the Baptist. They are characterized by joyful drumming, dancing, storytelling and singing, and by processions with a statue of St. John the Baptist. The celebration is a symbol of cultural resistance and freedom, and a means of remembering the bearers' enslaved ancestors. The evaluation body considers that the nomination is well prepared and meets all 5 criteria. The practice of the element has allowed for reflections among communities to vindicate their own history and dispel prejudice and stereotypes established by dominant classes. The file sufficiently outlines the role of communities and the state in implementing the safeguarding measures, as well as throughout the whole nomination process. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of the festive cycle around the devotion and worship towards St. John the Baptist on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairperson of this evaluation body. Now, the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. So may I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. I see no objections. Therefore, I declare the decision 16.com 8.b adopted as seen on the screens. Yes, I think now we expect a video of Ernesto Villagers from the Ministry of Culture video. Okay, get ready for the video.
Señor presidente y demás miembros del comité, quiero saludarlos y agradecerles en nombre del presidente de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro Moros, y de todo el pueblo venezolano por la inmensa alegría que ustedes acaban de regalarle a nuestro pueblo al aprobar la inscripción del ciclo festivo alrededor del culto y devoción a San Juan Bautista en la lista del Patrimonio Cultural Inmaterial de la Humanidad. Con esta suman 8 manifestaciones culturales venezolanas inscritas en las listas del Patrimonio Cultural Inmaterial. En esta materia, Venezuela ha dado muestras de un gran compromiso. Recientemente ha sido aprobada por nuestra Asamblea Nacional y refrendada por nuestro jefe del Estado una ley de salvaguardia del patrimonio cultural inmaterial. Hemos presentado todos los informes periódicos exigidos por la UNESCO. El ciclo festivo alrededor del culto y devoción a San Juan Bautista es una manifestación arraigada y extendida en toda Venezuela, que particularmente se celebra en las comunidades de origen afrodescendiente. Nosotros dedicamos esta victoria cultural venezolana a la memoria de nuestro líder afrodescendiente Aristóbulo Istúriz y a nuestros abuelos y abuelas esclavizados y esclavizadas que encontraron en San Juan un resquicio para la expresión de su religiosidad y de su cultura de la madre África. Este expediente, así como los 7 anteriores, ha sido elaborado con el consentimiento previo, libre e informado de las comunidades practicantes. Agradecemos asimismo las felicitaciones del órgano evaluador por la elaboración de este expediente. Felicitamos a los otros estados parte que han ingresado manifestaciones culturales del patrimonio cultural inmaterial a las listas de la UNESCO. Venezuela mantendrá un papel activo como hasta ahora en el marco de la UNESCO en la defensa de los derechos culturales de los pueblos, en la defensa del diálogo respetuoso entre todas las naciones y todas las culturas. Hoy Venezuela, orgullosa de su sangre africana, celebra esta victoria cultural. ¡Viva San Juan Bautista! ¡Viva el patrimonio cultural inmaterial de la humanidad!
Yes, thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of Culture has explained us very nicely. And now, coming back to the next, 8.B11, coming from Ecuador. And the nomination is Pasilo, Song and Poetry. Therefore, I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. Over to you, Luba.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next file is Pasillo, Song and Poetry, submitted by Ecuador. The pasillo is a type of music and dance that emerged in Ecuador during the South American independence wars in the 19th century. It is performed in ballroom dances, public ceremonies, festivals, radio and television programs, and outdoor concerts. The pasillo is an identity marker in Ecuador and a symbol of their connection with the homeland, and with time, it has become a form of collective expression. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria and highlights the file as a good example of how the inscription of an element can contribute to ensuring the visibility and awareness of the significance of intangible cultural heritage in general. It includes a proposal of safeguarding measures involving community actors and the state through a mixed management model. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of pasillo, song and poetry on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Luba, for that explanation. So the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment of this file. So may I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. That is draft decision 16.com 8.B11. 11 came from Ecuador. Yes, I see no objection. So I therefore declare decision 16.com 8.B adopted as seen on the screen. Yeah. There's a video. Let us watch the video first.
La riqueza cultural que tiene nuestro país está en su música, en su identidad. El pasillo y la música ecuatoriana hay que devolverle la memoria a estos jóvenes, a los niños y a las futuras generaciones y sentirnos orgullosos de toda esa rica historia, ese bagaje de pasillos, pasilleros, compositores, poetas e intérpretes, que en este género musical nos encontramos los ecuatorianos. Nos encontramos los costeños, los serranos, la gente del oriente de Galápagos.
Al pasillo se lo lleva en el alma, es sentimiento, añoranza y poesía. Con este reconocimiento, nuestro corazón se llena de orgullo. Larga vida al pasillo ecuatoriano.
Yes. The next item is 8.B31, coming from Panama. dances and expressions associated with the Corpus Christi festivity, that's the nomination. Therefore, I would like to ask, I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body, that is Juba, so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. Over to you, Luba.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Corpus Christi Festival is a religious festival in Panama that celebrates the body and blood of Christ. The festival combines Catholic tradition with popular practices and festivities and is characterized by theater, music, burlesque dance, and colorful costumes and masks. After initiating a dialogue process on criterion R3, the evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The inscription is likely to encourage the participation of other ethnicities within Panama in the practice of the element and in other festive occasions, thus promoting respect for cultural diversity. Past and current safeguarding measures have been undertaken by patronages, associations, family units, and the bearers and practitioners themselves. In cooperation with the state party, various measures were proposed by the communities, groups, and individuals concerned, and they will also be involved in their implementation. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of this element on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the Bureau did not receive any requests for debate or amendment for this file. Therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file, as shown on the screens as a whole. Now you can see 16.com 8.b.31 from Panama. Any objections? Yes? So I see no objection. Therefore, I declare decision 16.com 8.b adopted as seen on the screens. Yeah. Now, let us watch the video first.
Encontramos que una de las danzas más antiguas es la diablada. La primera jerarquía que tenemos, diabladas. Diablicos sucios, diablicos limpios.
Es una fiesta, en principio, eminentemente religiosa, de data del siglo XIII, en España, Francia, y luego pasa a América, donde en América tiene mucha presencia.
Esto no puede morir así por así. Nosotros siempre tenemos que seguir porque mis tíos siempre nos han dicho que esto no es de ahora, esto viene de atrás. Y lo que más satisfecho es que esto corre por las venas.
Mi abuelo bailaba también desde pequeño y a nosotros nos gusta esta tradición.
Yes, I think now I would like to invite the Ecuador Minister of Culture and Heritage. Over to you. The floor is yours now.
Gracias, señor presidente, señores miembros del comité. A nombre del Ecuador, quisiera expresar un agradecimiento a todos los miembros del Comité Intergubernamental para la Salvaguardia del PCI por este reconocimiento que se ha realizado a nuestro país al inscribir el elemento El Pasillo, Canción y Poesía en la lista representativa del Patrimonio Cultural Inmaterial de la Humanidad.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of Ecuador, I would like to thank all the members of the Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of the ICH for the recognition given to our country by inscribing the element El Pasillo Song and Poetry on the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity.
El pasillo es un género musical, sistema rítmico de canción y poesía, originado a inicios del siglo XIX entre los músicos populares en la época de las guerras de la independencia sudamericana. Sus letras relatan acontecimientos relacionados a la familia, al amor, a la vida, a la muerte y a la tierra, parte de la cotidianidad de este pueblo. Varios pasillos se han convertido en verdaderos himnos de las ciudades, lo cual nos habla de la importancia que este género ha tenido en nuestra historia republicana hasta el presente.
The pasillo is a musical genre, rhythmic system of song and poetry, originated in the early 19th century among popular musicians at the time of the wars of South American independence. Its lyrics relate events related to family, love, life, death, and territory, part of our daily life. Several pasillos have become true city hymns, which speak of the importance this genre has had in our Republican history until today.
Actualmente el pasillo es una expresión de la identidad musical mestiza del Ecuador y debido a la migración de ecuatorianos al exterior se ha difundido e interpretado en varios países del mundo. Desde hace más de una década el Ecuador ha venido trabajando en la investigación de este género musical como patrimonio cultural inmaterial. Es así que en el 2018 se incorporó al pasillo ecuatoriano en la lista representativa del PCI del país. Desde entonces, el Instituto Nacional de Patrimonio Cultural ha trabajado en la construcción del expediente técnico internacional, realizando varios talleres de trabajo participativos a lo largo del territorio nacional, con la participación de cientos de personas, entre músicos, compositores, historiadores, antropólogos y ciudadanía en general.
Currently, the pasillo is an expression of Ecuador's mestizo musical identity. Due to the migration of Ecuadorians abroad, it has been spread and interpreted in several countries around the world. For more than a decade, Ecuador has worked on the research of this musical genre as intangible cultural heritage, and in 2018, incorporated the pasillo ecuatoriano in the representative list of the ICH of the country. Since then, the Heritage Institute has worked on the construction of the international technical file by conducting several participatory workshops throughout the national territory, with the participation of hundreds of people, including musicians, composers, historians, anthropologists, and citizens in general.
La inclusión del pasillo como patrimonio cultural inmaterial de la humanidad constituye una gran responsabilidad para trabajar con mayor fuerza en la salvaguardia de nuestro patrimonio cultural. Sin duda, este reconocimiento nos invita a todos los ecuatorianos a reencontrarnos con nuestra historia, con nuestra identidad musical, la cual a partir de hoy es además un patrimonio de toda la humanidad. Muchísimas gracias.
The inclusion of pasillo as intangible cultural heritage of humanity constitutes a great responsibility to work harder to safeguard our cultural heritage. Undoubtedly, this recognition invites all Ecuadorians to re-encounter our history, our musical identity, which, as of today, is a heritage of all humanity. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, thank you very much. And now, the end of the journey of the second day has come. So they are here. Now, a submitting state is Peru. Nomination, pottery-related values, knowledge, and practices of the Aujan people. And therefore, I will now give the floor to the representative of the evaluation body so that the findings of the body on the next nomination can be presented to the committee. Over to you, Lua.
Thank you very much. The art of pottery making of the Avayun people is based on deep knowledge of nature and the environment. The pottery preparation process comprises 5 stages: the collection of materials, modeling, firing, decorating, and finishing. Each stage of the process has a meaning and associated values that are told in the people's oral traditions. The pottery itself is essential in Avayun rituals and requires concentration, discipline, skills, and respect. It is associated with the sustainable use of the environment and includes care for and cultivation of plants used for pottery and decoration. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The well-elaborated file can serve as a good example to highlight the valuable role of living heritage in indigenous contexts related to living sustainably and creatively in and with the natural ecosystem. In conclusion, The evaluation body recommends the inscription of the pottery-related values, knowledge, lore and practices of the Abayun people on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. May I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole, on the screen. That is 16.com 8.b 32. Came from Peru. Poetry-related values. So, I see no objection. I therefore declare decision 16.com 8.b adopted as seen on the screens. Yes. So, thank you very much. And we can watch a video now.
Buenas tardes, presidente, miembros del comité, estados y organizaciones. Es una alegría para nuestro país celebrar la inscripción de los valores, conocimientos, saberes y prácticas del pueblo aguajún asociados a la cerámica en tan significativa lista de la UNESCO. El pueblo aguajún es uno de los 55 pueblos originarios del Perú y un gran aliado en el cuidado del medio ambiente, y lo demuestra a través del uso sostenible de los recursos naturales para la creación de tan bellas piezas. Es un honor tener como representantes de la cultura del país ante el mundo a mujeres indígenas que valoran y transmiten valiosos saberes ancestrales, destacando el uso de la lengua aguajún, vehículo importantísimo de nuestra memoria y de nuestra historia. Gracias nuevamente.
Yamay amueve numi ana sampe sigahama kwasha takatsukandosta ahak matin ma tahay. Yamay dukuhi takahagmo dukushi takahagmo nawani nagamabe utihainish nagamabe se kwasha tahama onesko takatak nangkamne mun sakas yunabe numa takat uchinyanabe hanchi apueno yuadnosh matakainabe se kwasha tahama
Onescos amo yabe weiti uhenumni sigahama ina takatero numi abuagua nunu chimi dom yukuku o ena nunu ahangati regasto sanunu amosh kanyehet katasatahama artesana diero kama kebe ahanga kishwasi no yasam denu nyehet katawela neso kusasiga se kwasha mesha pawimba.
So thank you very much. Now I think Panama wants the. Peru, the minister. I think the Peru Minister of Culture wants to give his comments. Please, over to you, Honorable Minister, Peru.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving me the floor. We would like to thank the Secretariat, the evaluation body, and the committee. This recognition is the result of great efforts made by the Aguajún people. Also, it is a recognition of the Aguajún wise women who allow us to learn about their memory and identity through creativity, while it also makes us realize how vulnerable is the intangible cultural heritage is. The wisdom shared by these incredible women and their particular bond with the environment serve us as an example of how to respect, manage, and take care of nature, which only lead us to acknowledge and embrace the resilience of Amazonian people. In this regard, as the wise woman has mentioned, reforestation is crucial for the environmental strengthening and sustainability. That's why they consider it an important part of the safeguarding measure. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you very much. I think Panama, take 1 minute. Over to you, Panama.
Thank you, Mr. President. Panama is celebrating the emotion and satisfaction of the Panamanian people, and especially of the bearers of the tradition associated with the Corpus Christi is indescribable. It's been 2 years since it was celebrated in person. In some cases, it was celebrated virtually. The recognition on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity offer great motivation after years of inventory documentation. This achievement celebrates the capacity for consensus of the groups and dance from 7 provinces that show the great cultural diversity of our country and the future work to continue supporting each other. Thanks to everyone who has contributed. If the issue team, to all local managers, to our authorities, to the permanent delegation, to UNESCO, and its team, the evaluation body. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And also I must say that I'm sorry that I missed a video from Arabic celebrity. And now I want to show that video, Arabic celebrity from celebrity from Saudi Arabia. Please, over to you, that video. Yes.
Arabic calligraphy is the artistic practice of handwriting Arabic script in a fluid manner to convey harmony, grace, and beauty according to special artistic rules. It uses the 28 letters of the Arabic alphabet written from right to left in cursive. Some are dotted to differentiate between similar letters. Sometimes ornamentations enhance the aesthetic beauty of calligraphy.
الخط تقريبا مثل الإسلام بني على 5 حدة الأمواس بهذا الشكل، حدة الأمواس وجودة القرطاس وحبس الأنفاس وقوة الأخماس ولمعان الأنقاس أي الحبر.
Arabic calligraphy was intended to make Arabic writing clear and legible. It gradually became an Islamic Arab art, including traditional, modern, and abstract works. Arabic calligraphy is a widely spread art among Arab and non-Arab countries.
أجمل ما في الخط العربي إنه لا يستهدف فئة معينة، يستهدف الأطفال، الكبار، البنات، الأولاد، السيدات، الرجال. الآن ولله الحمد والمنة في كثير من البنات مجازات في عدة خطوط، الأولاد كذلك. المدارس الآن من الجنسين ولله الحمد والمنة بدأوا يتجهوا الخط العربي. المقيمين من أخواننا حتى ولله الحمد والمنة في غير الناطقين باللغة العربية نلقى فيهم اهتمام في تعلم الخط العربي، وهذا يعتبر مؤشر جيد لنهضة في الخط العربي.
Yes, thank you very much for that beautiful video. And dear colleagues, thank you for your attention to the items we have been able to cover today. While we are working in a vertical capacity, I can feel your energy and enthusiasm in our discussions. I would like to remind Bureau members that the second meeting of the Bureau will be taking place tomorrow morning, like today in the morning, at 9:30 a.m. Paris time. So I wish you all the pleasant rest of your day. I declare today's session adjourned. Thank you very much for everybody. I go on.